Hi, the purpose of this video is to show that when a Mk2 router is diverting surplus power, the optical indicator, the LED at the supply meter, can either be on or off. At the moment, I hope it comes up on the camera, the LED is on, which loosely speaking people regard as export. In this case the meter is probably in its sleep mode, but the fact it's not off and pulsing tells us that we're not consuming power. Now just over here we have my Mk2 router. This shows that we've generated 1.5 kilowatt hours worth of energy, or rather we've diverted that amount of energy to our immersion heater. Underneath the neon is flashing on and off slowly because I'm in an anti-flicker mode. If I were to operate the switch and put it into what I call normal mode, I don't know whether that will come up on the camera, but it's flashing far too quickly to count. We tend to use it in an anti-flicker mode, which just seems a bit more user-friendly. But the point is, we're diverting power all this time, we're accumulating it, and the meter is ignoring all this activity. Now if I were to operate the constant switch under here, the immersion would then be fully on and we would immediately see the effect at the meter. Here we go. So we are now consuming, because the 3 kilowatt immersion is on all the time and we're not generating that amount, and pulses are coming every 2 or 3 seconds. Now depending on when I switch the constant facility off, the LED will either remain on or will either remain off or come back on again. So let's see if I can get this right. So if I turn the constant switch off just before a pulse is due, so we have pulse, 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 and if I turn it off now, then the light does not come back on again, because the energy bucket fills and starts to reciprocate the power to and fro before the equivalent 1 watt hour window in the meter has filled up or depleted, depending on which way you look at it. So we are now operating just as we were before. The numbers are increasing, surplus power is being diverted, but the LED in the meter is off. Now if I did the operation a different way, switching on the override, so we're now consuming power, pulse, 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 switch off. Now the LED has come back on again, because while the energy bucket is filling, the meter is depleted in its current window, and so the LED is constantly on. That's pretty bright there, and the Mk2 is operating as before. So in this rather roundabout way, I've demonstrated that the Mk2 router will divert surplus power in either mode, anti-flicker or normal, and it is arbitrary as to whether the light on the meter is on or off. As long as it's not alternating, you're not being charged. So that's my take on how electricity meters work. Thanks for watching. Cheers for now.